Oh, and then what's plans for when you guys get back to Alaska?
I think we're going to live with her brother, because we got our 2 horses that we're shipping up there. And then I'm going to use my GI Bill to try and get a chemical engineering degree.
Oh, okay. Where are you going to go to school up there?
UAA in Anchorage.
In Anchorage? Yeah. Okay.
I kind of want to go to Fairbanks because I got a new patrolling program, but she doesn't want to move to Fairbanks. It's too small town for her.
Oh, really? How big's Fairbanks?
It's small. Like, it's kind of like here, you know, like big enough to where, like, you know, you can have space and not know everybody, but, you know, small enough to where you can drive from one end to the other pretty quickly. But it's like 6 hours north of Anchorage. That's the thing.
Oh, is it? Is all her family and stuff in Anchorage?
Mm-hmm.
What about your family?
Yeah, they're all in Anchorage.
Do you guys have anybody down here at all?
Down where?
Down here, in California.
No, just friends.
Just friends.
Yeah.
And then you were saying Dad's from Hawaii, but he lives in Anchorage now also?
Yeah, he moved to go to Purdue College. I don't remember what state he's in.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But yeah, so we went to college and he joined the Air Force and they sent him to Alaska and he liked it there, so he stayed.
Is that where you met your mom?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that's where she's from?
No, she's from Colorado. Her and her family like visiting or something up there. I don't know their
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay. Are they still together?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How long were they married, or have they been married?
I honestly couldn't tell you. It's been a while. My brother's 25, so 26 plus years at least. Something like that.
And that's older brother?
Mm-hmm.
What's his name?
He's named after my dad, and named after his dad, so I guess he'd be Junior. Yeah.
What's his middle name? E?
No.
Oh, okay. You didn't go with that one?
Yeah. No.
So is it just you and your brother?
No, it's my brother, me, my sister, and then my younger brother.
How old's your sister?
She's 21, 22.
Oh, okay. And then you have a younger brother also?
Yeah, he's a senior this year.
Are they all in Alaska?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. What are they doing up there?
My brother's working at Bass Pro. They just built a new big outdoor shop. I'm not sure which one it is.
Oh, cool.
My sister's, she's like a medical technician. And then my little brother's in high school. So.
Oh, right. And then you said you're going to go back to school.
Mm-hmm.
Have you gone to school down here also?
No, I haven't had time.
Yeah,
this Marine Corps can be really busy.
Yeah, okay. So you got to start from scratch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like,
I took a college placement test, and my reading and writing comprehension are alright. They're really supposed to be, but my math, I never use it anymore. So it's just like,
oh, I hate math.
I love math. I love
Do
it.
you?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I can't stand math.
Because there's always an answer, whether it be, you know, not there or there, but
I hate it.
it's consistent. It's like a language, you know, you don't learn it.
Yeah, I guess. That's why I have calculators and computers, I guess. I don't know. I can't stand math. Okay, so you're going to go, so goal is to go through, get your AA first, or go straight to a program?
Yeah, I gotta do the basic college classes because I was late to sign up today, so I'm not going to declare my major until I get up there.
Okay.
And when I get up there, I'm going to find a counselor, have them point me in the right direction, and then get my bachelor's and maybe a master's, depending if I want to go back. But a lot of the oil companies up there, they require at least 1 year on the slope up north. And so I have to graduate, and then I'm pretty sure my dad will be able to get me a job up north for a while before I can actually get on with an oil company.
What would you be doing? What's your goal with the oil company?
Just, they hire chemical engineers and petroleum engineers, and it's a really good paying job. So
Yeah.
I think starting for them was $110,000.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a ton of money, dude.
So, and
What's the cost of living like up there?
it's pretty similar to here, actually.
Is it?
There's some stuff that's cheaper and some more expensive, but like, because gas, we make the oil, but we have to export it to a refinery and import it because we don't have any of our own refineries yet, so it's almost the same price as here.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's
crazy. Like, if we had our own refineries, it'd be cheap. It'd be like Texas cheap. But.
Okay, but housing's similar?
Yeah, housing's a lot more expensive than here. 2-bedroom apartment, I think it's $1,200 a month.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty, depending where you live too, it varies greatly. Because it's a city, it's a pretty big city. So like you'll have like the lower class area where you're paying low rent, but it's not really, safe. And You have the upper crust of the area where you're paying just a lot.
Okay. You said you don't like the city though, man. You're going right back to the city.
We're planning on living outside Anchorage in Shoegouch. It's, close enough where you could drive to it, but like it's outside the city limits technically.
Oh, okay. How big is Anchorage? I mean, how many people are there?
I think 300,000, something like that.
Oh, that's pretty big.
So it's a big city. Like, you don't really realize it, especially like us being away so long. Last time me and my wife were there, we went to a bar and hung out, and she left her purse there, and she came back like 30 seconds later, and it was gone.
Ah, it sucks.
But like, it's kind of has like, you ever been to downtown Palm Springs?
Yeah.
It kind of has that feel to it, but on a bigger scale.
Oh, okay. Right on. So Anchorage, 300,000. That's like, what's that size? It's a little bit bigger than San Bernardino, but San Bernardino's a lot more dense. Have you been out that way at all?
Yeah.
That's where I grew up, that area. Yeah. That's not nice at all. Okay. Yeah, Alaska, man, that'd be cool. So plan on you getting out in July.
Mm-hmm. The
Okay.
6th.
Dude, like a couple weeks.
Like a week.
A week, dude. How's that feel, man?
Good. Well, it's good, but like I'm rushed right now. Like I got a lot to do tomorrow because there's some paperwork that I didn't know I needed, and I was supposed to do it like 30 days ago, and now I'm doing it right now. Like normally it takes people like 15, 20 days to check out my report, I'm doing it in 2. So
That's crazy.
because I have to be out of my house by Wednesday.
Oh, do you?
Because of the holiday weekend hours and whatnot. So it's like getting like the short end of the stick there. I'm like paying them for the 3 days I'm not there or something crazy.
Did you guys know you were leaving? Or
Yeah, my phone.
Oh, I was like, what the heck? Dude, I thought it was like little gremlins around or something.
No.
What is that?
It's just it's a pirate.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what the heck?
My notifications is telling me something.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, I knew we were leaving, but like they tell you to do it 30 days in advance, and that's what I did. I did it June 6th, and they're like, well, hopefully you don't get out, July 6th because of the holiday. I'm like, guess we're for terrorists, don't you?
Yeah. That sucks.
Dude, they're awful.
Okay.
Like they usually they come and help when you need it, but they're just like on you all the time.
So you have to fill out some paperwork. So what else do you guys have to get together before you take off?
Just gotta get everything out of the house, and then because we were gonna try and have the Marine Corps move us, but I called them and they're like, yeah, you can call us whenever you're checking out, and we'll start moving your stuff. And then I called them last week and like, no, you have to be completely checked out for that to happen. So
How does that work?
miscommunication. Someone thought they knew something that they didn't. So now we're gonna be moving ourselves.
So you guys just gotta get a U-Haul and drive out?
Yeah, we're renting one tomorrow, putting all our stuff in there. We're gonna go up to Yucca, stay with a friend for the last 3 days.
Oh, okay. Are you done? I mean, completely done with duties and do you have any other work you have to get done? Or?
No, not really. Just the paperwork. I need to get my seal, my first 100% something tomorrow.
So you're done, man.
Yeah, like they were supposed to go formation this morning, and I overslept, and then like no one called. I was like, okay, obviously no one cares.
Oh, really? This is kind of like graduating high school.
Yeah.
No one really cares.
Yeah. Teachers like, oh, whatever.
That's cool. Okay. Yeah, that's a big part of your life, man. 6 years.
Yeah, it's scary. Like but I'm ready for a change. And my wife, she's definitely ready to get out of here.
What does she plan on doing out there? Just taking care of your daughter? Or?
Yeah, I think she's gonna try and find a side job, but mostly take care of her. I mean, since she's gonna be in school, it'll be easier. But the reason she's so smart is because she worked with her so much when she was younger.
Did she homeschool at all, or
Not like
actual homeschool?
not actual homeschool, yeah, but like she worked with her a lot.
Oh, that's good. Like that read with her and all that stuff.
Yeah.
They say that definitely helps, man, with the kids.
Yeah.
Because they take you on all that stuff, you read and stuff. Right on, man. Sounds like you guys are doing real good things with her.
Yeah.
Sounds like she's smart, man.
Really smart, really, really smart.
That's cool. Wow, okay. So you got a couple weeks, or a week, and then you guys are driving up to Anchorage?
Yeah.
How long is that drive, man?
It's gonna be like, we have to go there by the 17th because my buddy's wedding and I'm his best man. But we have friends in Washington, and actually I had a buddy of mine, and he was from Oregon, so we were up there a couple months ago. I had his funeral with his family, so we might stop in and see them on the way up too.
Whereabouts in Oregon?
At the bottom, can't remember off the top of my head. If I saw a map, I could find out, but it's like bottom center, kind of more towards the coast.
Okay. Like by Eugene or anything like that, where the University of Oregon's at?
I don't think so. I can't remember. No, my memory is really, really bad anymore.
Okay.
Like, I'm doing on my head.
Yeah.
Just
from fighting or?
Football, explosions,
Mm-hmm.
it's all compounded.
Yeah.
I can I probably really won't, unless it really sticks, I probably won't know what our competition was about. Like, I talked to the other officers the other day, and like, I was like, what'd you guys talk about? I was like, I don't know, let's just ask some questions.
Mm-hmm.
Like, unless it's like an impacting event that sticks, I don't remember.
Okay. And then you said Washington?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have people in Washington also?
Yeah, one of my wife's best friends, she was down here with us for a long time. They left it last year. She lives in Washington with her husband, so we're going to see them for a while.
Oh, right. Where in Washington?
I do, it's going to take my time.
I used to live there, that's all.
Yeah. West of Seattle, closer towards the coast. You have to cross a bridge to get there. No, it's not.
We lived around the water. I lived in Port Angeles.
There.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's where your friends live?
Yeah.
No way, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because if you take the bridge over to Canada, it's like Victoria Island.
Yeah, because my buddy said you can go across the bridge for free, but when you come back, you have to pay the toll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lived there for a while.
That's good.
No way. Okay, yeah. So you guys are going to Port Angeles. Beautiful city.
Yeah, she's been up there before.
Have you been there?
Not yet.
Oh, dude, it's awesome.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Because I really enjoyed Oregon. Oregon's a very pretty state.
Dude, Port Angeles, where I lived, it was on 6th Street. So I had 6 streets. I was literally the 6th street from the water.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked out my front door and there was the water on the bay. And then right behind me was the mountain. It was awesome, dude. So snowboarding and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And we had the water. And
warm up to swimming?
What's that?
Was the water warm?
No, it was cold, man. It was freezing, dude. Yeah, it was super cool. But there was like an indoor pool, like a block away or something like that. So it was cool. But yeah, I loved it up there, man. Okay. So then obviously I have to drive to Canada and all that.
Yeah. I actually just got my boat passport card not too long ago.
Okay.
I had to expedite that.
So you guys just plan on stopping every few, you're not rushing or do you have to be up there at a certain time?
Yeah, just by the 17th, but we're just trying to make sure everything flows right. I think she wants to take the coastal trail. She wants to see the redwoods. She wants to.
Oh, cool.
So I think we're trying to make that happen. But as far as that's concerned, that's really our big timeline.
Okay. Right on. And you said you talked to somebody else. You talked to another detective or deputy or what?
Deputy Sheriff Milan and then another female officer. I don't remember her name.
Okay.
It's just the Deputy Sheriff Milan gave me his card.
Oh, okay.
They're the ones that initially came to our house, and I talked to them, and then I talked to them at Bonds because they were trying to get a hold of me again for some follow-up questions.
Oh, okay. When did you talk to them?
Sunday?
Mm.
And Saturday, I think.
Oh, they talked to you both days?
Yeah.
Okay. What were they?
Well, the first day they asked me, they're like, hey, you never went missing. You know them? I'm like, yeah, I know them. And like, I didn't bring up mine and Aaron's thing because it didn't seem pertinent at the time.
Okay.
Because like, that's how my mind works. And then that's why they wanted to talk to me Sunday afternoon. It was like, they're like, why don't you bring that up? Kind of important. I was like, oh, I didn't realize it was.
Okay.
So then I talked to them that day about stuff like that. And that's when they told me that, they said, got a report that someone had seen his Aaron Saturday night, which is impossible because I was home most of that day. So
okay.
I tried to call them today to talk to them, but either someone like completely missaw what they saw or they're intentionally lying to you.
Yeah, I haven't heard that, so whatever that might be bad information.
Well,
that's not what I
know there's a lot of that going on too, because I don't know if like my downstairs neighbor's wife is trying to like help or play Inspector Gadget by herself, but like I guess they're talking to because she called my wife and was like being pretty rude and they're like, yeah, we're talking to Aaron's friends, and they said you weren't Saturday or Saturday. I'm like, no.
Okay.
Because like she didn't, like Aaron never even, I don't think she even used.
Well, So let's back up to when you first met your neighbor. All the rumors. Like I said, I'm not really sure. Some of this I hadn't heard that you were seen with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I just know you guys are neighbors, so I'm trying to get how you guys met, that type of thing. Kind of talk about the relationship. I know you said there was something a relationship that you didn't tell me at first, but we'll just start from the very first time that you met. What's your neighbor's name? Her first name?
Aaron?
Aaron.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what's their last name?
What's his last name too? Corwin.
Corwin. Okay, so it's Aaron and John Corwin, and they're your neighbors.
Yep.
Okay, and they're married.
Yes.
Okay, and when did you meet them?
I met her. She moved in before he got back. We didn't really it was just kind of like, hey, you're the new neighbor. What's up?
When was that?
I honestly don't know. I dates you could ask my wife. She's like my treasurer and gatekeeper. She's like my.
Was it like a month ago or a year ago?
It was a while ago. It was
Okay.
a long while ago. And then didn't really have any interaction with her until I got back from Okinawa. And then we talked me and my wife went over there and hung out with him and his wife and some of their friends. And then I was having a really hard time adjusting back to the last appointment for some reason. Mm-hmm. And my emotional state was I didn't get fucked with anything. I was just kind of falling apart mentally. And I guess that she gave off some kind of she was in a bad relationship, and she said her husband was beating her and choking her, and she was scared for her life, and man, fix that. So I just being in the state I was okay, well I can fix this, and then broken pieces fix each other. So we just kind of started developing a bond that grew stronger, and then over time, we started getting closer, having longer conversations. And then we kissed a few times at her place. And then my wife, she found out and she blew up and she told me. And I guess I wasn't there when they actually confronted her, but she'd been lying to me, lying to everybody, to her friends.
Who confronted
her? My wife.
Sorry.
Was there. Thank you.
Okay, so
I don't remember where I was.
So her husband's name is John.
Yes.
And he came back from deployment, he was in Okinawa.
Yes.
Do you know how long he was deployed?
Probably about 6 months is the standard.
Is that standard? Yeah. Okay. And again, if I'm asking some of these questions, I'm sorry, man. I just wasn't
It's just I really, unless it was really recent, can't give you dates.
No, that's fine. So was it recent when he came back? Was it this year?
No, it was a while ago too.
Okay.
Me and Aaron didn't start actually talking until probably a couple of months after he got back from deployment.
Okay. And you don't know the time or
no.
How long have you known her? If you had to take a guess, more than 6 months.
Yeah, more than 6 months. Probably more than 6 months, less than a year and a half. That's
okay.
Because I've been really busy. When I took off the rifle range and got thrown back into my leadership position, I wasn't planning on leaving Marines ever again. And so I just swamped crazy busy. Responsibility is way above my level. And so that all came together. So my sense of time is skewed.
Oh, okay.
It's by range.
No problem. Okay, so you guys started, you never hung out when he was on deployment?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so on deployment, he comes back, and then is it parties, or, when does that start? When do you guys start
back?
hanging out?
It was probably a couple months after you got back. I guess it kind of, their relationship.
Do you mind if I close the door?
That's fine.
Okay, just when people walk around.
Yeah.
Just give us a little bit more privacy, man.
You could tell that they were having marital problems and
What do you mean?
They would yell at each other and normal Marines get stressed, they yell, that's what they do, and she comes crying or stuff like that, and it's just normally it's just whatever, but I was pretty heavily. And so like, I was like, I don't give a fuck about anything. And I don't know, it's like, I'm not really sure how it happened. It just kind of like meshed together somehow. You know?
Okay, so you said you had your issues. What was kind of spawning those, your last deployment?
Yeah, I don't know. Like me and my wife, like you get so used to being away from each other that it's hard to be with each other sometimes.
Okay.
And so like we just weren't communicating, and I was like in my own world, just like, I wanted to go back to Afghanistan because it was easier there. Like all you had to do was wake up, stand post, call patrols, do stuff like that. Real simple stuff. No real life type responsibilities.
You didn't have to worry about the wife nagging or
just
clean up your room or something like that.
And she's like, you're different, blah blah blah. And like, it's just it was easier over there.
Okay. When did you and your wife? When were you guys kind of having those?
It started when I first got back, and it started getting, it got worse, but like not to the point where people would like probably, I don't know if anybody noticed, but like, it was just like a tension,
Mm-hmm.
Like we never really like, and then we just occasionally would blow up at each other. And, like, then we had one real bad argument. Like I had been drinking, and I just got really mad at her because she like made dinner the wrong way, so I just up and left. She got over it, and like we knew like we had issues were going on. I just felt like I didn't need help, and I didn't want to listen to her when she said she needed help, that I needed to talk to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And she was right. Like I was not all there.
Okay. And when were you deployed? This was Afghanistan, right?
Yeah, I got there right before Thanksgiving, and I came back in April.
Of this year? Or was that last year? Okay.
Yeah, so I went back for a while, about a year and a half.
2012 you got deployed?
Mm-hmm. I think so, because
November till 2013?
We got there right before Thanksgiving, because I remember that because when we got to the place where we're at, we had Thanksgiving leftovers that they had made the couple days prior.
Okay, so it was right around Thanksgiving, November time, and then, so you were there for 6 months, came back in, what month?
April. So 5 months? November.
So a little more than a year you've been back?
Yeah.
Okay. So you were back, were you guys staying at the same place where the apartments there are based? Okay, so you came there, and you hadn't seen her or met her when that time. So how did you kind of cope with what you were dealing with when you first came back?
My downstairs neighbor, we were hanging out a lot.
Which one?
His lessons, Malachi, drinking pretty heavily, but we were just hanging out a lot, doing guy things. I was trying to get my Jeep together.
Mm-hmm.
That was another thing. There's in the hardware shop, we're actually fine on a battery. I would complain with them, but they gave me the runaround hard.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
You trying to fix your Jeep up and stuff?
Yeah, just it wasn't anything that I was really noticing. It's just like the world was I didn't like the way it was going. I was indifferent about life. I'm alive, I'm not, I don't really care. Mm-hmm. It's just my only thoughts were I wish I could go back because it was easier there. It's kind of hard for me to explain.
No, absolutely, yeah. I mean, like I said, I can only imagine what you had to deal with over there. Like I said, I hadn't been over there, but it'd be very difficult. I know, you're training yourself one day as a Marine, to go over and do a job, and then you don't have to worry about the other outside influences or whatever it is, and you come back and realize that you got a wife, you got a daughter, and it's a lot of pressure.
It's weird, you're there and you miss someone a lot, and you come back and it's not the picture perfect thing you had in mind, and so you don't get upset, but you're just I don't know, it's weird for me.
Okay, so you kind of start feeling depressed a little bit. You're drinking, and then you guys start hanging out as couples, or how does that work?
Yeah, well, when he first got back, we were hanging out with him as a couple, and she was into horses, my wife, so we'd all go to the horse rescue together and hang out up there. We'd ride horses and talk and do stuff. Her husband wasn't really into that, so he wouldn't come with us.
Okay.
And I don't know, that's it. That's just kind of what we did.
So you guys have horses. Does she have a horse also, or
she gave it up a couple weeks ago, actually.
Okay. So she gave up a horse a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And that was her horse, or was it one of your guys' horses?
No, it was, she was sponsoring it, which means she didn't technically own it, but she was like taking care of it and paying for its food and whatnot. So it was her horse. She just didn't completely like running good on it.
Okay. She could ride it whenever she wanted or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was pretty attached to it.
Where were those horses at?
They're in Yucca Valley, at the White Rock Horse Rescue.
White Rock Horse Rescue? Okay. So how often would you guys go ride horses?
A couple times a week, 2 to 3 times a week at least. I think her and my wife went a couple times by themselves.
Did you guys go on trails? Or did you
A
ride
couple
them,
times.
or are they
Yeah.
stadium horses?
No, we rode on trails. I was like just starting to get into horses at that time because I hadn't had zero experience with them beforehand. And so like I was mostly around like fixing things up on the ranch, trying to be helpful if I could because I wasn't, really into riding the horses.
Mm-hmm. And this ranch is the same place where the horse rescue was?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The lady she owns it, she lives there by herself and she like runs the whole thing by herself. She's really, really, really strong lady, but like, I was helping her put up fences and move manure and stuff like that, just basic ranching and stuff.
And what's the place called again? I'm sorry.
White Rock Horse Rescue.
Where's that at?
If you head to Yucca, Oldham Springs Road, like you're going to Landers, you go up that way, and once you pass Ferris gas station, you take a left onto Tracy, and then up right onto Geronimo, and it's right up there.
Oh, okay. Okay. Pretty big place?
Yeah.
Big ranch. Do you have a lot of horses there?
She does.
Okay. So how many horses did you guys have?
I have one, and my wife has one. She had one prior to it, but it cut its legs somehow while she wasn't there, and we had to put it down. And then I had another horse I was working with, but we had to put that one down too, just because she was old and her knees weren't working right. She didn't really have a future, and every time she walked around, she was in pain.
Okay. So you go a couple times a week. When did you guys start going riding horses?
She was going while I was deployed, and that's like her friend had taken her up there, and she's like, "Hey, this is pretty cool to do. Your husband's deployed. This will keep you busy." And then I started going with her once I got back.
Okay, so last year you started.
Yeah.
When did Aaron start going with you guys?
Probably a couple weeks, maybe a month after she got back, because they're from Tennessee, and she had horses when she was younger, and she's like, "Oh, this is pretty cool."
Okay.
So that was her interest in it.
Okay. So you guys take on a couple times a week, 2 or 3 times a week, or was it like a set schedule you guys would
No,
go?
not really. Just whenever I had time, whenever work would allow it. Because a lot of the time I'm working 10, 11-hour days. So, if I got up early or if I could get away, we'd go there.
Okay. And usually it was your wife, you and Aaron?
Not usually, but occasionally. Usually just me and my wife, but
okay.
she'd either come up there on her own or in her own vehicle.
Okay. And did you and Aaron ever go by yourselves?
No.
Okay. So your wife was always with you when Aaron was there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then, so you guys would ride the horses, take care of them, do whatever. But you guys hung out.
Yeah.
Did John go with you guys ever to the ranch?
I think he went once or twice. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
This time he wasn't like super fond of the place. So.
Okay. And then, so.
Oh, before I forget.
Yeah.
Somebody called up the lady that owns the ranch, asking about Aaron, and she thought it was a different Aaron because a lady named Aaron, but spelled differently, had left her car there.
Okay.
And so this, I guess I don't remember the chick's name on the call, Isabel. And she's like, yeah, and Isabel's like, hey, Aaron came by here the other day to pick up her car. And so I don't know if that's like filtering down somewhere.
Yeah, I haven't heard that.
Okay.
Like, so there's all kinds of info out there we don't know. We just have to, try to talk to people and kind of weed through that stuff. So, okay. So you guys did that. Did you guys do anything else together, like as couples, other than the horseback riding?
We went to dinner a couple times. Me and John and Aaron went mudding a couple times, and I wasn't really into that because she thought we were in the river cheap.
Okay, where'd you guys go mining at?
Over by the dry lake bed, kind of behind the college.
Where's that at? I'm sorry.
Sunfair Road. You take a right as you're heading towards Yucca, and you go down that road till you hit Hollywood Boulevard or something like that, and then you take another right, and there's like a big open dry lake bed area that when it rains, it gets really muddy.
Okay.
A lot of people take their vehicles there.
And you went mudding with who?
John, Aaron, brother was there.
How many times did you guys go mudding?
I think just once with me and Aaron, but I've gone multiple times with Aaron or any other friends.
Okay. Anything else as couples? You said you went out to dinner a few times. Where'd you guys go out?
La Casienta, the place in Echo, the Mexican place, has that karaoke bar attached to it.
Okay. Any other places that you guys went to?
I don't think so. Just that one place. I think that was like after we went to the ranch or something.
Okay.
We went there.
Okay. And then you said that you guys started hanging out more. What kind of drew you more towards Aaron?
I'm really not sure. We used to watch The Walking Dead together,
Okay.
and we used to do that as a couple. And I had missed a few episodes, and I guess she wasn't into it. So the first time we actually really hung out together, we were playing Halo over at John's house, and they were watching The Walking Dead at mine.
Who was playing Halo?
Me and Aaron.
Okay. And then John and your wife?
And I think my brother were watching The Walking Dead.
Okay. So you guys were playing Halo. When was that? Do you remember
I don't know.
how long ago it was?
Whenever The Walking Dead was on, that's my only real reference.
Okay.
So we could check that.
Like when there were new episodes
Yeah.
on Netflix or anything like that? Okay, so whenever The Walking Dead was on, that's when you guys kind of hung out,
Yeah.
started getting
That's when
a
they
little
started
closer?
getting more serious, I guess.
Tell me a little bit more about that.
I don't know, like, we were playing Halo and she would talk about how she was unhappy and how she wanted to go home, but she had let her. And just like stuff that, like, I guess now thinking about it kind of makes sense, but not really. But like at the time, I didn't care. It was just like she was like a change from reality, you know, like something outside that I could focus on. That wasn't, you know, the monotony of, you know, being back in my own life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's.
What did she say about her relationship?
She said she's really unhappy. He scared her. And she'd say that he would choke her whenever, like, he would get mad, and she said she'd noticed it before they got married, but, you know, she thought it would change. And that's what, and then, you know, I was like, oh, I can fix this, like, in my mind, like white knight syndrome, something like that. Like, it was just like, she was like a distraction from everything else that was going wrong in my life.
Okay.
Something that I could focus on and fix. Because that's like, when I get really stressed out, I can build things or fix things. It's just helps my mind unwind and how I relax.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay, so you thought you could fix that relationship?
Yeah, I thought I could, like, save her or, you know, maybe help her get home, just get out of a bad relationship or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
In all reality, it was just making things worse.
Okay, and is this kind of, was it like a therapy for you kind of, or?
Yeah, it was an escape, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't call it therapy because I wasn't fixing anything, but it was like, you know, some people like do drugs, or like how alcohol, I would drink and, you know, I could focus on something else.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really what it was. It was just something else to focus on. You know, I could pretend my problems weren't real.
So, did it just start out talking?
Yeah, it just like casual conversation. She, like, you know, we'd talk. She'd, like, you know, not really happy. And honestly, that's kind of how it started. It's just avalanche downhill so fast. Like, I was falling apart so fast. It was crazy that I didn't realize that I needed help.
Tell me a little bit more about that. How did you fall down, or how did you avalanche?
Like, I was playing Russian roulette 3-4 times a week, like every morning, like not caring about anything, just being reckless at work. It actually improved my squad a lot, or my platoon, because we would just take a man and do crazy stuff, fire rockets and nothing. But it's just taking chances that didn't be taken, driving too fast, anything to kind of get like a rush or a distraction from like a feeling of nothing or emptiness.
Did maybe this relationship with Aaron, did it kind of give you that same rush?
Yeah, I think that's what it did, because like, I'd play Russian roulette, I'd spin and it would click and just like, put it away. That's good for the day, or, just like a complete indifference unless there was something else, some kind of influence or high that I was trying to get that I could never actually get.
So is that something like an adrenaline rush is what you're talking about?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know, I just wanted to feel something, I was really like numb to the world, like my wife, she'd like yell at me or anything, I'd be like, yeah, that's cool. I'd go outside and have a drink and just.
How would your wife feel if you were having a relationship, or she found out if you guys were having a relationship?
But she found out.
Oh, did she?
Yes, and I guess she had got hold of my phone. Like, I'm surprised she found Sarah, probably went like super secret with my phone. And I guess she had taken the SIM card out and checked the messages by put it in her phone or something. And so she got really upset and was crying. And she told, and they confronted Aaron. I wasn't there when they confronted her. I don't remember where it was. But I guess she had been lying about, him being abusive. And then he was like, I was just defending myself. She was the one that hit me first, and all sorts of stuff. Like, my wife would be the one to give me more information on that because I wasn't there.
Okay.
But I guess she didn't lie to me. She lied to her friends.
Lying to you about what?
Like, she was in a bad relationship. That was all. She would tell me that like they were in like a super amount of debt and all the money and spending all the money. And like, I really don't know if anything she ever told me was true or not. Because like as soon as everyone found out, I just stopped talking to her.
How long ago did that happen?
A month and a half ago, 2 months maybe. It seems like forever ago, it really does. Just because like I was in like such a bad state, like because me and my wife started going to marriage counseling after that. It really seems like it was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Just actually the whole like past like 6 months of my life, I'm just hazy, almost dreamlike. It's weird.
Okay. So the relationship started, you guys were playing Xbox, she's telling you about her relationship. Did you get into, did you describe to her your relationship with your wife, or kind of were you playing?
I confided in her, that I all, and she's like, you can't be doing that stuff. It's kind of like she was someone to talk to about stuff that I didn't want to talk to about with my wife. Problems that I didn't even think I needed to fix, but I guess consciously I knew I needed to talk to someone about. But I guess she was someone that I could tell stuff that I didn't want to tell anybody else. Because she was a secret, so I could tell her my secrets.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean when she was a secret? What?
Like when me and her were in a relationship, no one else knew about it. So I could text her things, be like, hey, this is what's going on, blah blah blah, stuff that I didn't want to talk about with the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay, and did it start out, so you guys were talking, hanging out, playing Xbox, did it say, did you say, I'm going to text you? I mean, how did it happen from the night that you guys were playing Xbox? How did it happen so fast?
I got her number. Me and her were hanging out at the dog park, and one of us went to get Carl Jr., but someone's phone wasn't off, so I gave her my number, so me and Dawn would go to Carl Jr., and she could text us what they wanted. And then, I think one day she texted me, she'd be like, this, and this. I can't believe this is happening. This is what I'm supposed to be like. And then, I'd be like, well, let's meet outside. We can talk about it. And it just kind of went from there. We were texting a lot back and forth. And it's just like a real strong emotional bond grew, I guess. It's like
how often would you guys text?
A lot, like a couple times an hour at least. Every day. And it got to the point, it was like in a new relationship.
Mm-hmm. And was that when you were at work, or
it was at work, was at home, anytime I got the chance, really, because it was my make-believe life. Something something bad would happen. Me and Nicole get in an argument, I'd go text Aaron, just get away from my real life, go to my make-believe life. My happy place, I guess.
Okay. So you would text her, and just whatever, I mean, random stuff about your day or complain about
stuff like that. Just
it was kind of the same way with her too, right?
Mm-hmm.
She complained about her. Did she say anything specifically like how he acted when he came back from deployment, or what kind of things was she saying about John?
She's just saying that he'd always push her around, like use McMahon moves on her when she told him to stop. He wouldn't, and he'd want to and just stuff like that. Just complaining, saying that she wanted to go home, but he didn't have the money to send her home. She wanted to run away and get out of there, stuff like that. Okay. She talked about leaving all the time, but I guess the big thing was that she didn't have any money to get home. And then after, because he had bought a sand rail, I guess. She was like, he spent a lot of money on a sand rail, and she said that he'd been lying about where he's spending the money and stuff like that. So.
Okay, so he bought a sand rail?
Yeah.
Without telling her or something?
I guess. I'm not sure if he told her or not, but I know that she bought it because I guess before they met, she was living on her own. She had her own money, and she used her money to move out here. He wanted to send her back and stuff like that.
Did she ever say she wanted a divorce or anything like that? Did she talk about that?
She talked about leaving, but I don't know if she was she said she was scared to divorce him, but I don't know what that meant. I never really got in deep into asking her about that. She mostly talked about getting out of there, going back to Tennessee, going somewhere else. She said she wished she never got married. She didn't get the wedding she wanted.
What kind of wedding did she
She's, the big traditional style wedding. The one they did.
Do you know where they got married or what they did, or did she ever tell you about it?
She did. I think she said it was a small kind of ceremony. I don't really remember though.
Okay. Did you guys talk about each other's marriages a lot, or was it like
mostly her telling me about how she was unhappy and scared her, but I don't know if she was lying to me or not, because from what they told me when they confronted her, she was the one that was hitting him first and always yelling at him. I don't know. So.
And then you said it kind of grew a little bit. So take you to the point where you guys are talking, or you're playing on the Xbox, you're talking on the phone. It sounds like you guys are still texting. Where does it get to the point? I mean, because it's a line that you're kind of jumping over when you start going into kissing, when did it become physical? How long ago?
We weren't physical very long, maybe a couple weeks, until my wife found out. She had texted me, she was really upset about something, and she took her dog for a walk and she was crying. I don't really remember what she was upset, I think something said. But I went down there to talk to her, and I was I don't remember if we kissed that night, I don't think we did, but that was the first night that we talked for a really, really long time by ourselves. And I think the next day, I went to work, and I came over to talk to her, and we kissed on the couch. I think we kissed when we played Xbox 2.
That first time?
I think so. But like I said, my emotional mindset was just it all kind of blurs together.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and when you're saying kiss, I mean it's like a peck on the cheek or on the
No, it's like a new relationship, like a passionate kiss.
Like making out?
Yeah, just but I don't know, it didn't really feel right. It just kind of felt indifferent. At that point, I think I was realizing that this wasn't going to fix anything. I just, with whatever, I just wanted to keep it going. Trying to save my make-believe life. But
okay. So the first time you guys were playing Xbox, who initiated that kiss?
it was a real mutual thing.
Okay.
It wasn't someone did something or something. It was just kind of playing Xbox and kind of looked over, and then someone paused it, and then we just started kissing.
Who paused it?
I don't remember.
Okay.
But and then we stopped, and it was kind of well, that was kind of weird. And then I went back to the house, and then we talked about it over text, and it was like, well, it wasn't that weird, you know.
I mean, how was she with it? Okay with it?
Yeah, she was okay with it. Like, we were both kind of like surprised that it happened, but okay with it at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that happened. You guys were playing Xbox, and then when was the next time?
She texted me late at night, said something was up, and so I went out and met her by the playground by her house, and we kissed there.
Where's the playground?
It's this is our apartment complex.
Mm-hmm.
This is the fence line back here, and this is the next complex over. The playground is right here. So,
Is it by the school?
no, it's
I'll be opposite way.
kind of like you can almost see it from my cul-de-sac if you guys step out far enough. It's like baseball distance thrown, 150. If that, no, probably not that. 80 yards. Not
So
too
she tells you something on the text. What does she say on the
I
text?
think she said she couldn't sleep, or to fight that night, something. That's always what we talked about. Was just like, you know, I wasn't sleeping well either. And so she asked me to meet her out there, and I did. And we talked about what was going on. You know, every conversation we ended up talking about how she wasn't happy, how she wanted to leave.
Mm-hmm.
I kept telling her, like, just do it. And she's like, I can't, blah, 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 blah. So that was probably her lying to me about how, like, because I'm sure she wanted to leave, but I'm sure she could have even did what she wanted to.
So why do you think she was lying?
Huh?
Why do you think she was lying to you?
She was lying to everybody. Because when she was telling me that I was hitting her and choking her and she was scared for her life, she was hitting back. She never told me that. She never told me that she was yelling to.
She was making him out to be the bad guy.
Yeah, that's when she was villainating him, you know, trying to make him this evil figure in my mind, when I don't think he really was. I mean, at least not to the point that I'm sure they had their arguments, but I don't think he was like to the point of what she was saying. But I don't know their actual internal relationship, so.
Okay. So you guys met out in the park, like, what time at night would that have been?
It was late, it was like 2 in the morning, something like that.
Okay. Where your wife was in the house?
Yeah, my wife was sleeping.
Okay. Did she ever catch you going out or sneaking out or anything like that, or?
She was really mad at me the night that Erin was walking her dogs and crying after arguing, because I guess I was there longer than I thought. And she was like,
She knew you were talking to her?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, she was like, why are you out there so long? And I was just like feeding her some bullshit.
What were you telling her?
I was like, well, I was telling her like that she was crying and stuff, but my real reason out there were to comfort Erin, not that I, you know, and like, just stuff like that. Like, she was starting to get suspicious, I think, at that point. And because like, I'm usually not real guarded about my phone. I'm on it pretty constantly because of work, and I have names on those, okay, but I had like 6 different passwords on it, and like all sorts of things.
And she knew you were being more guarded about the
Yeah.
phone?
You know, I thought I was playing smart, but yeah, can't outsmart the wife.
So you had 6 different like passcodes?
Yeah,
I had phone or
I
something?
had my lock screen, an app lock, an app that locked my phone, like all sorts of stuff.
So when you guys talked, was it primarily text message or was it any other apps?
No, it's primarily text message.
Okay. Do you guys have like Facebook
I don't
or
have a Facebook.
Twitter, Snapchat, any of those kind of like, what are the other apps they use nowadays? What is it, the Kick app or whatever it is? Or
I'm not real into the social media thing.
yeah, I don't even know if those are the right names or anything like that. Okay, so you don't have Facebook. Do you have Twitter or anything like that? Instagram?
No.
Okay. Do you know what she does?
I don't. I've actually shared the Facebook. I'd seen on it,
Okay.
but I don't know if she has a Twitter or an Instagram or anything like that. So.
Okay. So you talked just primarily text messages and phone calls?
Very rarely.
Okay.
Like calling, like, yeah, we never really called each other.
Okay. You didn't want it to show up?
Yeah,
or
it was that, and it's just like, I talked to her around a lot, so calling on the phone, just, it wasn't opportunistic.
Oh, so you were texting, who did you think you were texting when you were on your phone or
I
other?
don't know. Honestly, she probably knew I was, like, sometimes I thought I was texting Aaron, like, unless the conversation was casual. But, like, sometimes I tell her I was texting someone else, or she'd be like, who you talking to? I'm talking to Connor, or I'm talking to my sister, or anything like that.
Did she ever say, let me see your phone, or did she get jealous like that?
No.
Okay. You said she found out, or she got?
She was getting really suspicious, and I guess what she did was she took the SIM card out of my phone and plugged it into the computer and accessed my text messages through that.
Okay. What kind of text messages did she file?
Just like, hey, I love you, I'm glad we're seeing each other, stuff like that, because, like, I thought I was in love with her, but, like, it was just that make-believe life that I was in love with, that not normal daily routine. Yeah.
But you told her that you loved her. Did she tell you that she loved you?
She did.
Okay.
And I honestly, I kind of think she meant it. Because, like, after it ended, like, I care for her at some level, because she did, probably help me not kill myself a little, to an extent. She was, a change of pace, and there would probably always be that slight emotional bond that was there. But, after we stopped talking, I realized, like, hey, I'm not myself, I don't know what's going on. She lied to me about this and this. I don't even know who she was, really. Like, I don't know if she, like, lied to me completely or partially or not at all. It's just like, when you're in that kind of relationship, you don't know who's who. Because I didn't know who I was, so if I don't know who I am, I can't tell who anybody else is.
When did you guys stop talking?
As soon as my wife found out,
When was that?
a month and a half ago, I think. It seems like forever. If you ask her, she would know.
So a month and a half ago. Tell me, that was when she pulled the SIM card out? It was about a month and a half ago?
I think so.
Okay.
Maybe 2 months. I don't think it was any more than 2 months ago, though.
Okay, about 2 months ago, a month and a half
Yeah,
ago.
2 months tops.
Okay, so she finds that, she pulls that out. I mean, did you let go of your phone, or, what, did she get your phone at work? Or how did she get the SIM card out of there?
She did it during the night while I was sleeping, so I'm a pretty heavy sleeper. Like, and she, like, naturally and rightfully lost her mind. We had a huge argument, I told her everything, how I was feeling. But she didn't know that I was feeling suicidal. She knew I was upset and, like, not right, but, like, she didn't know the extent of it. Like, it's really probably just pure chance that I'm alive, because I was spinning that cylinder almost every morning.
Okay. Oh, what kind of gun was it?
It's a revolver, it's a GP100 357.
Okay. So you were spinning that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she found text messages about that, talking about you being well. She found text messages about you telling her that you loved her,
Mm-hmm.
and vice versa. Did it talk about anything physical? Did it talk about kisses?
I don't think so, because she asked me about that, and I told her we had kissed, and she got really upset by that, and I don't know if, like, Aaron told them that we hadn't or not, but she told me that Aaron said I initiated it, but I didn't. It was a mutual thing. I think Aaron was really scared because I wasn't there when he confronted her.
Okay, and how many times did you guys kiss?
4 tops.
Okay, so you guys kissed 4 times. Did anything else happen other than kissing?
No.
Okay, any touching, groping?
Maybe some, like, hands up and down while we were kissing, but nothing real heavy.
Okay.
Nothing under clothes or anything like that.
Okay, so clothes never came off. Any oral sex on either side?
No, it never went past kissing.
Okay. Never had any type of intercourse with her?
No.
Okay. So tell me the farthest that you did with her?
The farthest we went was making out and, like, hands moving across each other's bodies, just kind of basic new relation exploration type stuff, like, when you kiss somebody, you move your hands around, you pull them closer. That's as far as we ever got.
Okay. So just kissing?
Yes.
And just kind of touching
Mm-hmm.
and moving. Okay. Did you ever take clothes off around her?
I was shirtless around her, but that was at, like, the ranch and stuff, never while we were by ourselves.
Okay. Did she ever take her clothes off around you?
No.
Okay. And when you guys were hanging out, was it like during TV episodes, or was it like during the day, or when were you guys able to hang out? When did these make out sessions or whatever happen?
Most of them happened in the morning after John would go to PT before I would leave for work, because since I was in charge of Lieutenant Marines, I had kind of had a more relaxed morning schedule. I could do my own thing. And my wife's not a morning person, so she's not up till like 9 or 10 anyways. So I would wait for John to go to work, and she would text me, come over and give her a morning kiss. That only happened a few times before everybody actually found out.
Okay, so John would go to PT at what time?
Early, like 5:36, something like that.
And then you had to go to work at what time?
8, maybe you had to be in there in the office by.
Okay, so between 5:30 or 6, you'd get a text message. What would it say? Just say, come
Be
over?
like, hey, come over, or something like that. That only happened a couple of times. There was the Xbox time, and then by the park. And that's really the only encounter we had, because our relationship hadn't, like, it was like just starting to get to that point when everybody found out.
Okay. Is there going to be more than 4 times that she's texting you in the morning, like around those 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning? I mean, is there going to be more text messages, records or whatever if we find that?
I'm not sure. There probably will be, but I can't honestly remember like every moment that we texted.
You guys texted pretty frequently?
Yes, very frequently.
What time would you normally wake up in the mornings?
5:30 or 6. Usually wake up. Sometimes I'd go PT on my own. Sometimes I would just hang out in the morning and get ready for work.
Okay, so you'd wake up about 5:30, 6, and what time do you go to bed usually?
Midnight, 1, maybe later. I wasn't sleeping a lot, so.
Okay, so it's a normal day is, kind of take me through a normal day. You wake up at what time, and then just kind of take me through a normal
Normally
day.
I wake up 5:30 or 6. I'd either go PT or not, depending, because my knees, they hurt a lot, depending on how I was feeling. And then I'd go into work by 8. I'd be in the office, taking care of rosters, range, and doing all sorts of just, leadership type stuff. Come home for lunch from about 11:30 to 13, and then go back to work till 16, 17, and come home for the day.
Okay. And then when you got home from the day, what was your kind of nightly routine like?
Come home, change out of camis, help with dinner, maybe relax, play some video games, maybe not, have a drink, and then just basically get ready for bed.
And so you went over, if you went over to Aaron's house, it'd be in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go over there during the day or at night?
No, not usually, because I was there, so if I went over there during the night, it would have been either to see or if me and
Okay. But when you hung out with Aaron primarily, what time was that during the day?
It's usually like hung out, I'd see him in the morning, but we usually hung out like either after work or off work hours, like each other's mutual spouses were doing something. We usually sit outside and talk or just hang out. But most of our interactions was through text.
Okay, most of those texts. Well, when you would go over there in the morning, like how long would you hang out over there?
Not long, half hour tops. Just because, I was doing mosquito on you. I was trying to just flip behind you.
Thanks.
Without trying to be secret of it, I wasn't trying to draw a lot of attention in case anybody was out and about or saw it.
Did anyone ever see you going over there or confront you on there or
No.
anything like that? Okay, did your wife ever know that you were going over there at those times?
No.
Okay. Even when she found the text messages, did she know?
She knew that at that point that I was seeing her, and I don't think she cared when it happened, or like she was just really upset that it had happened.
Okay, so you saw her in the mornings, and then you wouldn't hang with her because you were at work, right? Until like 16 or so.
Yeah, 16, 17,
Okay.
sometimes later, depending on what needed to get done for the day.
And then as couples, you guys hang out at night or something.
Not usually, but like occasionally we would. It wasn't a real regular thing.
Okay, and then so you made out for about 4 times. When you went over in the mornings, did anything escalate past kissing?
No.
Okay. Would you guys hang out? Which part of the room would you guys hang out, or in
The living room.
Okay. Did you ever go in the bedroom?
No.
Okay. Any other rooms in the house? Is there multiple bedrooms?
They all have 2 bedrooms. But no, we just hung out with her.
Did you guys ever go to any other parts of the house?
No, well, I mean, I'd go to the kitchen, but we never really hung out in there.
Okay. And then what kind of stuff would you guys talk about when you were over there in the mornings?
I just asked her how she slept and what the rest of the plan for her day and what she planned on doing, stuff like that. Just basic normal generic morning conversation.
Okay.
Like when we talked, it wasn't anything like special or crazy. It was just like, someone else to talk to.
Mm-hmm. And how does she make you feel?
Just not necessarily good, just, like there was something there. Like it's, that new relationship feeling where it's like, this is cool, this is new, it's something, it's just, like I said, it's just a change from what I thought was wrong. But I came back and not everything was the way I thought it was going to be. It's just,
I know you said you, that was kind of like your fake life. You had a real life and then kind of a fake life. Did you ever seriously consider making that the real life or making her the real person you want to be with?
I think in my mind I thought I did, but it was a big part of me not ever going anywhere because like I didn't ever want her to get in a broken home, and I think that's what really drew me back and like kept me from going super far was like the fact that I had my daughter. Like in my mind I knew that it was wrong what I was doing, and that I told her that I wouldn't leave her, and I told her that I had thought about it, and if I didn't have, then I might, but since she was there, I wouldn't.
Okay, so you guys talked about you actually leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about those conversations.
Like she asked, because we thought we were like perfect together. We thought we were happy, because it's the new relationship. Like nothing.
You and Aaron.
Yes.
Okay.
Nothing could go wrong. We didn't fight at all. And she's like, why don't we just stay with each other? I'm like, and then I tell her I'm not gonna put Liberty through a broken home. She's like, well, Liberty's a strong kid. She do it. I'm like, regardless, how strong she is, it's just not something that I want to put her through. We bounced the idea back and forth, but like, I don't know if like I knew it was wrong or if just like subconsciously like I knew I would never do it. But I just told her, this stuff's not going to happen. I think we had talked about it a couple times. We might have texted about it, but I never really seriously considered actually ever leaving, if only for the fact that we.
Okay, if obviously he's here, but I mean, if there was no here, you'd have
There was
no
no
daughter.
myself.
Right. Okay.
I was at that point, it's like, she was pretty much the only thing that was keeping me alive, I mean, like, I almost did a couple times just by pure chance, but like, if it wasn't for her, I would have put 6 in the cylinder.
Okay. So Liv kind of like your anchor, your strong.
She's my strong one. So.
Okay. But I mean, okay, so without her, would you ever seriously consider, making Aaron your relationship or, kind of fixing you while fixing Aaron or, kind of thought?
Not now that I know.
Well, before.
Yeah. When me and Aaron were at our strongest, I probably would have, because like everything seemed like it was perfect. But, I can't even say it was real because I don't even know if she was telling me the truth or not. That's the thing, It's like watching a movie, and being like, if that could be my life, I would, but it's not real, It's a fantasy, it's a fake idea.
Did you guys ever watch movies and love stories or whatever it was and talk about it?
We watched, what's that movie? Moulin Rouge downstairs, but there was more people. Actually, we kissed in us too. That was the second time, I think, now that I remember, because our downstairs neighbor saw us, his wife actually saw us. And we were watching Moulin Rouge when that happened.
Okay. So the wife, what's the wife's name? She saw you guys kissing?
Mm-hmm.
Were you on the couch? Or?
Yeah, we were on separate couches, and then as the movie had progressed, we moved to one couch where I was sitting below her on the floor, trying to act casual as you could be, or you're, trying to get close to somebody.
Did the downstairs neighbors know that you guys were kind of having a relationship?
I'm dead, but she was like, hey, it's none of my business what you guys are doing. You need to fix yourself. It's not my place to be telling people what you're doing,
Okay. So she kind of knew that you guys had a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
After or before that kiss? When did she know about the relationship?
She saw it, and then she asked me what we were doing, and I knew she had saw us, so I told her, and she was like, well, it's not my place to, be telling people about your business, but you need to think about what you're doing. So she was basically telling me that I should stop, but that she wasn't going to say anything to anybody.
When did that happen? Recently?
No, it was after the Xbox thing, but before everybody found out. So it was probably a week and a half, 2 weeks before everybody found out. I'm not sure.
When you're saying everybody found out, how long ago was that?
About a month and a half ago. So our relationship probably started about 2 months ago, and then kind of progressed it from friends to like social buddies to like an emotional closeness, and then real briefly we were kissing, and then everybody found out, and then that was the end of it.
Okay, and
that was kind of like my reckoning point where I realized, I was messed up and I needed to ask for help.
How long had it been that you guys were text messaging? Pretty frequent. I mean, you said you were frequently texting her 2 times an hour, 3 times an hour. How long did that go on for?
Probably about 2 months, maybe a little longer. Like it wasn't real frequently up until the point where we actually started like talking to each other pretty seriously. Before that, it was real just casual conversation.
Okay. So when you guys had the casual conversation, you were still texting each other?
Mm-hmm. Like every now and then, not real often. But it wasn't until I think she had texted me about something she had like said or something like that we really started talking.
Okay. And then, can you estimate how long you guys got really serious on the text messages?
Not really, a month maybe total. Like it just, like I said, it just really seems, it kind of blurs together. Because like that whole time I wasn't really thinking straight about anything. Just really focused on work and just trying to not focus on everything else.
Mm-hmm. And during the time that you were texting Aaron, how was your relationship with
It was under a lot of duress, a lot of strain. Like she kept trying to talk about things, and I just kept shutting her out. Like because in my mind I was like, why do I need to talk to her? Talk to Aaron. There's nothing wrong with my marriage. I gotta fix this one. I got my make-believe life. It's just, and she kept trying to get me to open up, and I just kept shutting her out. But getting to the point where I was shutting everybody out. I wasn't talking to my parents anymore. It was just getting bad.
And then what was like the physical life between you and your wife? Were you guys still having sex?
Yes, we were. We've always had a pretty physical relationship, and for her, it's like a de-stressor. So even like if she was mad at me, we always had a very good sex life. Okay,
so it was pretty frequent. I mean,
yeah.
How many times were we talking a week?
2 times a week, maybe 3 if it was a good week or a bad week.
Okay. So, I mean, has that ever changed in the time you were talking to Aaron, where you stopped having sex with your wife?
No.
Or, okay. So it's been pretty.
Well, we stopped having sex for a while after she found out, because she was really mad at me, and she didn't trust me, and she didn't want to be, she didn't want to have me touch her because I kissed another girl, and that was a really big deal to her. And so, I think like a week or two, we had stopped having sex. And
How long ago was that?
a couple weeks, so a month ago. So, but like, she said I need to earn her trust back and need to earn the right to touch her again and be a good husband, stuff like that. And that's why we started doing the marriage classes.
So a month ago, that's when you stopped having sex?
No, we had stopped having sex for like a 2-week period, if that. It was right after she found out that I was talking to Aaron. So, like if you need like better dates, she'd be the one to ask. She remembers like everything like that.
Okay. So there was a couple week period where you guys stopped. She said she didn't trust you.
Yeah.
Because you kissed Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
Did she think that you guys did anything else?
No, I told her we didn't, and she believed me. It's just that kissing is a really big deal to her. It's just like, actually physical contact in general with her is a huge deal because she's not a real like social person. Like she doesn't hug people. She doesn't like hold hands with her family. So like physical contact with her is a huge deal.
Okay. Did Nicole ever accuse you of having sex with Aaron?
No, she asked me if I had, but she never accused me of it. Because I told her we hadn't, and she believed me, so.
What made her believe you about having sex?
I honestly don't know. I told her we didn't, so. I mean, I'm sure in the back of her mind she probably suspected it, but she never, like once I told her we didn't, that was it.
Okay. So that was about a month and a half ago or so.
Give or take, yeah.
Okay, when she found out, tell me how your relationship with Aaron went. Describe that for me.
It just stopped. So, like, she found out, my wife, she took my phone for a while, and she was holding on to it. And so, me and Aaron just, stopped talking.
Okay, so that was how long ago?
Month and a half ago whenever we found out. So it just ended.
Have you talked to Aaron since that day?
No. Like, I'd see her now and then outside, but we don't exchange words anymore.
Okay. So in person, you haven't met with her since then?
No.
Have you gone to her house since then?
No.
And have you texted or used any other type of app to communicate with her since then?
No.
Okay. So a month and a half ago, what was your last contact like with Aaron?
I think it was just like a normal casual conversation that we had because I didn't know Nicole was going to find out. And then, she found out, and then she wanted me to talk to her, but we never ended up doing it. And so my last conversation with her was probably good night, sleep tight, that was our thing. So.
And do you know what day it was or
I don't.
time or
No.
what time did you guys usually text each other good night?
Midnight around there, depending if someone was tired or someone was awake.
Okay. So that was about a month and a half ago?
Yeah.
Okay, no contact since?
No.
Okay. When was the last time you actually saw her?
I think last week, she was outside or she was, I can't be real sure, but I think that's the last time I remember seeing her. Because she stayed inside a lot, especially after everything blew up and went down. She was inside a lot. I think she was afraid that it was in front of her again. Because from what I gathered, like it was when they confronted her, it was pretty bad. Like she was trying to like, lie her way out of it or something. But I wasn't there when it happened.
Okay, do you know when that day was when they confronted her?
Mm-hmm. I think
was there also?
I think so. Yeah, he was there. Was there? I think was there.
Okay. So were there when they confronted Aaron?
Mm-hmm.
Why did your wife confront Aaron?
She wanted to like clear the playing field, like, understand everything that was going on. Because she got my side of the story. I told her what had happened. I think she wanted to get Aaron's half. Because I told her what we were talking about, stuff like that. And my wife, she saw all the text messages. And so, when someone does something wrong, you tell them they did something wrong, that's the more they did it. She's not a confrontational person, but she will let you know when you've done wrong, if you've done wrong.
And what was the outcome to that confrontation?
I think she told them that I had kissed her first. They had found out that's when they found out that she was lying. She lied to me. She was lying about what I was doing. She was lying, I guess, to her friends, to everybody else. I don't really know because I was trying to, it's a really soft, sensitive subject for me. So I was trying to avoid the conversation as well as I could and Nicole would bring it up. Because I was picking up pieces of everything that I had done.
Okay. And so you saw her last week. Did you know what day that was?
It was the middle of the week, I think, because I've been on leave from the 9th to just last Sunday.
What kind of leave is it?
It was just annual leave because I was supposed to be working up at the ranch, helping them fix things and get our horses ready to move. But my Jeep stopped working, and then my wife's Jeep stopped working, so we hadn't had any way to go anywhere. So just a really bad sin of luck this past month. It just seems like every time me and her try to move or leave or somewhere, like our first apartment, 2 months before I deployed, because the owner of the original apartment, I guess, wasn't paying the bank and he just split and they kind of fined him, so he just pop all that money. And so our apartments got foreclosed, and then so we were just paying the bank our normal monthly rate. And someone bought it and they were raising the rates, but since we were in there, they said they wanted. And then 2 months before I deployed, they kicked us out because they said they didn't want dogs in the apartments anymore. Mm-hmm. And so she ended up staying with some friends we have here. And then the second appointment, 2 months in, found out she miscarried. The third appointment really wasn't that bad, except for the fact that she was worried that I was going to get blown up the whole time. Mm-hmm. And then it didn't get bad until we got back. I was having a hard time adjusting. That's when stuff started going downhill.
Okay, and you said your wife was pregnant and miscarried. When was that?
My second deployment. I don't remember the exact dates.
Got it.
You'd have to ask her. Like I said, main dates, we just I don't remember things real well anymore.
Okay, and do you know if Erin was ever pregnant?
She was.
When was she pregnant?
Before I started talking to her, she was pregnant and then she had miscarriage. And I guess she didn't seem that bothered by it. And when I talked to her afterwards, she was like, yeah, I didn't really want the baby anyway. I didn't want to be tied down.
Okay. Do you know when that happened?
Not really. I think they'd been there for a couple of months because I think she was a couple months pregnant. Maybe.
Did she look pregnant?
Not really remember. No.
Okay.
Because I don't think she was pregnant when I first met her. And then, because she never really looked pregnant to me. Uh-huh. I mean, it looked like she might have been gaining a little weight, but not pregnant. And then she said she was ready. And then she told everybody that she miscarried eventually.
Okay. And now, you don't know when that was sometime?
Yeah, it was just sometime.
That was before you started talking
Yes.
to her, texting her, or whatever it was?
It was.
Okay, and was she upset by that?
No. She was, actually I don't think she was upset at all, really.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of stuff was she saying about John or with the baby or anything like that? What kind of stuff was she confiding into you?
She was glad. she was glad that she miscarried, kind of. She said she wasn't upset by it because, she didn't want to have a baby. She was scared that she was going to get tied down. Because, at that point, after the miscarriage, I'm not sure if that's when, stuff for them started to go bad or what, but, she was stuff started to get worse after the miscarriage.
Okay.
That's what she was telling me anyway.
The stuff between her and him fighting and stuff like that, or what else was she saying was going bad?
She was just saying they were fighting a lot, she was saying that he was spending all their money, that he was putting them in a huge amount of debt, and that she was doing better by herself before she met him. She would tell me that she had her own money when she was living by herself, she had plenty, and that she used it all to move here to be with him, so.
Okay. And did Erin work, or was she in the Marine Corps? Or?
No, she had a babysitting job for a while, and then she got a job at Tractor Supply for a short while.
Where's Tractor Supply?
It's in Yucca, by where the old Walmart used to be. You know where Jack in the Box is as you drove to Yucca?
Yeah, I think so.
It's kind of behind it in a big plaza complex.
Okay. So she was babysitting? What was she babysitting for? Just somebody?
Just random people as far as I knew.
Okay.
I didn't ever know anything.
Has she been working recently?
I don't know. I haven't had any contact with her, so.
Okay.
I don't think so though, because Isabel said that she was having a hard time keeping up payments for her horse.
Okay.
So,
when you guys were talking and texting, was she working at all?
I think so. I think she's working with Tractor Supply then.
Okay. You don't know?
Not 100% sure.
Did you ever visit her at work?
No.
So that was Tractor Supply, and then you know why she stopped working at Tractor Supply?
I think she said she was getting headaches from the legs or something.
Okay. So she was pregnant, she miscarried, but she was okay with it.
Yeah.
Sounds like. Okay. And then you saw her Wednesday of last week?
I think so. I'm not 100% sure. I just know this because her come out barbecuing a lot. I don't remember the day, but I think she came out to say something to him because whenever they were out, I would usually just go inside just because just trying to avoid them. I just didn't really want to talk to any of them. John, he wanted to move past it, I think, because he'd come and he'd offer me a drink or offer me a shot. And just it just kind of seemed weird to me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just part of my life that I wanted to move past.
Mm-hmm.
That's after everything happened, I started trying to focus on moving forward, getting ready to leave, getting past all that.
Okay. And during that relationship when you guys were together, I mean, I know you text. We rarely talked on the phone, but did you guys ever exchange letters, poems, anything like that that was written, or did you guys ever read stuff to each other or anything like that?
I think she kept a journal. I don't think I ever wrote anything because I write recreationally, but I never actually physically wrote or anything.
So she has a journal, like a diary or something?
I think she mentioned it, but I don't think I ever saw it.
Okay. But she never showed you anything out of that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She used to draw. I think she showed me a couple of drawings. That's it.
Did she ever draw any photographs or any pictures for you, specifically for you?
No.
Okay.
No, because that's just paper trails, we were trying to keep each other safe, I guess, from what we thought was wrong in our life.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay. And then you said you write for that. What was that? You write books or something?
No, I write poetry.
Okay.
So I've written a couple of short stories, but
Anything been published or anything like that?
No, I usually just I write them and then I most of the time just burn them because I write to relieve stress, when I build things.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never published anything though.
Do you have anything like website or anything like that? You put anything on the internet?
No. I put something into a contest one time, but nothing ever came of it.
Okay. Because, you know, sometimes people have like blogs or writers, stuff like that. I mean,
No,
they're trying to get.
Not a real big electronic type person.
Mm-hmm. So when you wrote, was it like a notebook?
Yeah, like I have some of them at my house, but it's mostly pen and paper.
Okay. Short stories, poems, you said?
Yeah.
Did you write anything for her?
No.
Okay.
No, because I mean, like, I wrote stuff to myself, but never anything that I gave to her.
Was it about her though?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me about some of that stuff.
Like when after we everything everything stopped, you know, I was still kind of emotionally unstable, so I was like writing, like trying to figure out where I was standing, you know, how I felt about her, how I felt about everything else. But once I gathered, you know, everything how I felt, I learned all of them. So.
Did she ever see any of those poems or stories that you wrote? Okay, she doesn't know anything about those?
No.
Okay. And you're saying you're just trying to get rid of the paper trail, right? You didn't want your wife to find them?
Basically, I didn't want her to leave them somewhere and have John find something.
Okay. Okay, and then, so you saw her last Wednesday. What kind of car did she got?
Her?
Yeah.
A blue Corolla.
Okay, is it newer or?
Yes, I'm not sure on the year. It's not old. It's probably a 2000-ish.
Where did she park the Corolla?
They parked in their carport. They both drove it.
Where was the carport compared to where you guys, his apartment is?
Mine for my Jeep is, hers is 2 to the right.
Okay.
Is the one directly next to mine.
Okay, so it's yours,
And
and
then
then Aaron.
mhm.
Okay, and then had you seen her car? I mean, she wasn't working, right?
No.
Did you drive that to work back and forth?
Usually, yeah.
Okay.
I think sometimes she drove them off because I'd see it. Either he was home for lunch or she had it because I come home for lunch and I'd see it there sometimes. But most of the time during the day it was home.
Okay. So during the day he was driving it,
Mm-hmm.
and she was at home.
Yeah.
Okay. Did she ever drive during the day?
Maybe. Honestly, I can't tell you because that'd be a question because I didn't have any interaction with her. I'm sure she did. I mean,
Well, you hadn't had any interaction for about a month and a half, but
yeah.
when you guys were talking, did she drive it during the day?
Yeah, she drove it during the day.
Where did she drive it?
She'd drive it up to the ranch sometimes or to the store whenever they had money. I don't think she ever just recreationally drove it though.
Okay. So does it? What type of schedule is it? He PTs in the morning. At about what time? 5:30 or 6?
Yeah, like 5:36, and then he'd just come home and shower, and then would go back to work for the day like I did.
And what job did he have?
He's an artilleryman, so I don't know what his actual job entails, but he worked in a whole, you know,
Day shift.
I got it, yeah.
What days do you normally work?
Monday through Friday, like me.
Okay. And weekends off?
Mm-hmm. Usually.
Okay. And then, so would you see their cars there on the weekend?
Sometimes. I really don't keep track of the things, and so like I said, unless like she fixes something like wrong or different, I don't really remember. But yeah, like sometimes, most days or most weekends I'd be there. But I think I hang out in the apartment, so I don't think it's a real big get and go anywhere kind of person.
Okay. So then, Aaron, and I know you talked to the deputies, but what day did the deputies talk to you?
Sunday morning and Sunday afternoon, I think.
Okay. When did they say that Aaron was missing? Or do you know when Aaron was missing?
I think they said Saturday afternoon or Saturday time frame is what they said.
Saturday afternoon she went missing?
Yeah, well, because they said that they talked to me, they said I hadn't heard from her for a while, and she didn't come home, and then, you know, he was concerned, that's what they told me. So they didn't give me an exact time when she was missing.
Okay. And then Friday, did you even work your normal shift on Friday? Or you've been
I was on leave, so Friday.
Let's do like what you just did on a normal day. Let's start with Friday and just from the time you woke up, kind of walk me through your day Friday, and we'll do that for the same for Saturday too. So
Okay, Friday, me and my wife went to the ranch. We were at the ranch really late.
what time did you get to wake up? Friday morning.
9:30-ish. We both slept in pretty late. And then we got ready, like we normally do, and we went to the ranch and we were there all day. We got back really late, I think like 11:30.
Was your daughter with you?
Yes.
She stayed at the ranch with you until 11:30?
Yeah, she usually falls asleep on the way back and we carry her upstairs.
What kind of stuff were you guys doing at the ranch on Friday?
I was working with my horse, because he's an off-track thoroughbred, so he doesn't know trail very well and he's struggled with hills. So I was trying to teach him just little up and down hills. My wife was working with her horse. His feet are too small, so his hooves are kind of messed up. And so she was trying new boots on him. And then my daughter just kind of wanders around and does stuff. She hangs out with the dogs and some of the other kids that are there.
So there's other kids that hang out?
Sometimes, yeah, there's other people that volunteer there.
Okay. So all day Friday you were at the ranch?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then Saturday, what time did you go to bed Friday night?
Midnight, I think, because we got home like 11:30 and we went to bed about midnight.
Okay. Went to bed at midnight. What time did you wake up Saturday?
6, about.
Okay.
Because I was going to go coyote hunting that morning. Actually, I went coyote hunting that morning. And he was supposed to come with me. And he said he couldn't go. And I said, why not? He said, because there were still guys over that night. And so I was like, geez, they're fine, they can take care of themselves, come with me. But he didn't want to go. So I went by myself. And then I went down Adobe, took a left on 62 to Old Gold Crown Road. I tried to explain to the deputies, and I can take you guys there if you need to, it's just, I can't really point it out on the map. You go down Gold Crown Road, quite a ways, over the mountain pass, and then you take a left and it leads you to another mountain ridge. And I got out and I hiked for a while, and I was looking for a good place to find coyotes. And then I got kind of lost, and at one point in time, I'm not sure the time of the day, I didn't check, but I'm not sure if the individual shot at me or if he was just like recreational shooting. But there was an individual out there with a handgun, and it was fired in my general direction. And so I got out of there as fast as I could. I wasn't sure if he was shooting at me or just shooting. And then I got back to my Jeep, and then I came out, followed Gold Crown Road to Old Delmine Road, and then followed that to the road that comes out of the National Park, and came home that way. And then I got home about 3:30. Me and my wife took a nap for a while, and then we watched Pokemon with my daughter. And then around 9:30, I got Santana's for my family. Came back, and then we watched Tinkerbell, the Pirate Fairy, until my daughter fell asleep. And then we went to sleep probably about 11:30 that night.
So Saturday morning you wake up at what time?
About 6.
6 o'clock. And you get ready, what are you wearing?
It was just jeans and a t-shirt. Because it was midday, and, by that point I was pretty sure the coyotes were going to be gone, so I wasn't really worried about hiding. And it was more, going to go off-roading too. And I had gotten really bummed out because he had texted me, like as my service was breaking up, that he could come, so I asked him to meet up with me. But I didn't know that text message had went out, but it did, and I didn't see it because I didn't look at my phone at the time. And I guess he was looking for me in the national park somewhere. But where I was, it wasn't really in the park. I get out through the park, but that's the only way I know how. But it's outside the park, and so he misunderstood where I was going. So he couldn't find me.
Okay, so you wake up and you're wearing what kind of shoes?
My combat boots.
You're wearing combat boots? Okay, and where are the boots at?
They're my house.
Okay, so they're house, just regular, what color boots are you
They're
wearing?
just tan, steel-toe combat boots.
Okay, and then What's the tread like on your boots?
It's kind of a rough triangle pattern, I guess.
Okay. And then you're wearing what type of jeans?
Just normal blue jeans, denim blue jeans.
Okay. And then what kind of shirt are you wearing?
Kind of like this, but it was white color.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Do you know what brand or?
No, I mean, I don't know off the top of my head, but I could show you guys. I got it.
Okay. Did you wear a hat?
I had a black ball cap, but I didn't really wear it because it was hot out. I just brought it.
Okay. And then what gear did you take to go coyote?
I took my 22 Magnum, a mat to shoot off of, and a blanket as a rest. But I forgot all my water, so I was out there for quite a while with no water. And I actually, on the way back, I talked to a couple, and they gave me some water.
On the way back from where?
On the way back into Plant Palms. Because I'd been out there so long, I was like really, really dehydrated. So I was like stopping and asking everybody that I ran into for water. And they happened to have a bottle.
Okay, so you, let me see, piece of paper. Because I'm not super familiar with the area. Yeah. You're kind of describing some words, some streets and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Would it help you if you kind of draw it a little bit?
Well, here, I can pull it up on Google.
Okay. Well, and then if that helps you on Google, and if you could draw, like what streets you kind of took, just so it kind of gives me an idea of the map.
Okay.
How.
This is Adobe.
Where's Adobe at?
This would be like the main gate right here.
Okay, that's where we want you to make it.
Yeah. And then this would be Lear, would be kind of like here.
That's the street we came up to, the 62.
And then this is the corner. This is the 62. We continue this way to Yoga. And then this is the 62. Going up. I'm not sure what continues. I think the AC go that way. But you go down the 62. I'm not sure the exact distance, but there's a road. It's called Gold Crown Road, and it goes off into the desert, and then you go past a couple mountains, you go through them, and then hooks up right, and then
That's, is there a right or is there a left?
well,
Which way are we going?
let's see, driving, and then to the left, and then another right. This is why I got lost, because I've only been out there a couple of times.
Okay.
But eventually it comes to where it splits off, kind of like this, and this goes towards the mountains. And I went this way towards these mountains. And then I got out at the base of them and came over, and the guy was 150 yards out, completely out of handguns, but that's why I wasn't sure if he was just shooting or shooting at me.
Did you see it again?
Yeah, but not very well, because like what happened was I came over the ridge line and I saw him, and he's kind of like squatting. I don't know if he was like reloading, but he's kind of like this, and I was like, hey, and I went like this, and I was thirsty. I needed water, and he kind of turned, and then he went like this, boom, 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 and I heard 4 shots as I was coming back down the ridge line, and I don't know if he could find after that, but I was getting out of there, and so I came back down, found my way back to here, and then this goes and leads out of the mountains and comes out of Old Down Line Road, which you follow for a while, and then I don't know the name of the road it comes out to. This is like a really long dirt road. It comes out to a concrete road that they're working on, and one way goes to Cottonwood Springs. And the other way goes back to 29, but at one point in time, somewhere through here, you come into the national park. And so you say going to Cottonwood Springs, you go to 29 Palms. And then this road goes, and like all sorts of, because you pass like a big cholla patch and other plants, and it's like an exhibit, like a tourist type deal.
Mm-hmm.
And then it comes down.
Where's that at on the road?
The cholla patches.
Uh-huh.
If you see them, it's an exhibit ahead, and then like you can pull off and rest.
When you were driving on this, so this is the way you went. Can you do like a little hash mark or something where every time you stopped your truck or your Jeep? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because this looks like the line you're going. If you could do like a little hash mark of where you actually stopped your Jeep. So off the 62, you go into Gold Crown.
And I stopped here.
Okay.
And this is a stoplight.
Okay. But like actually stopped your Jeep and got out.
Oh, okay.
So here by the mountain range?
Yep. And that's really the only place I got out, because by this point I was pretty thirsty and like I knew I was still kind of far from where I needed to be. So I came back, and then this trail that comes to the mountains up here, it takes a while to get through. And then there's a mine. It curves around kind of. I stopped there and got out to check out that mine. And then I got back in my vehicle and then came back, and then I stopped here to have some for water, and at White Tank Campsite was where I actually found the guy with the water, and that's like farther up the road. And then at the entrance to the park, which would be far over here, I stopped to get, I guess, a visitor's pass because I didn't have one. And then
What time did you get the visitor's pass, do you remember?
I texted Connor right after I came out the gate.
It's not a big deal if you don't have it.
It was probably around 3, because I got home about 3:30. So, but they had cameras there, so.
Okay, but you were already in the park, right? You know,
Yeah.
or where the visitors pass. And so where on this map did you say the guy was shooting?
Back here, be kind of behind these mountains.
Okay, do you know what the mountains are called?
I don't even know where that area was. That was actually the first time I've been down that road. So people shoot all the time. Actually, right here, me and one of my buddies, we stopped, and there was 3 guys with ARs, and they were just, the road kind of intersects like this, and they were tucked into like a little alcove, and they were shooting this way, and you actually can't see them, they just get up on what they're shooting. And so I guess people shoot out there all the time. But.
Okay. So from your house, where's your house at? Here's Adobe. Just put like an X where your house is at. Okay. And then so you go out that way to the 62 to Gold Crown. Did you make any other stops prior?
I got fuel earlier that morning.
Where'd you get fuel?
On base.
And what time was that?
6:30 maybe. As I've been talking that morning for a while. Yeah, other than that, pretty sure that's it. Yeah.
Okay, so where's the gas station at from your path?
It's on base. It's like, here's my house. It's like, here, we passed it actually on the way out.
Okay.
And this would be like the way to the main road.
Okay, so just put like a little hash mark. There's your X for your house. Just put like a little hash mark. That's the gas station. You just write gas or something like that next to it. Okay, so you stopped for gas. So let's go through this whole road again. I just want to make sure we're clear on why you stopped. From your house, first stop is gas station.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then go this road and double, do those hash marks again. Just make sure we're not missing any place that you stopped.
Went to the gas station, just stopped by the time.
Did you fill your tank up?
No, I only put like $30 in it, because I had like a quarter tank, and usually if I have 3/4 tank, I'm pretty comfortable going those places. Like, you can kind of gauge how much gas I'm using depending if I'm in 2-wheel or 4-wheel.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I made these lights or not.
Yeah, I'm not worried about like in the car, but actually stopping your vehicle.
I came too far this way. I turned around here.
Is it on the road, on the 62?
Yeah, because if you come too far, there's like a big hill and some like old mining equipment like hanging out there. And I used to shoot there too, because on the back side of the hill there's little barrel markers for distance.
Okay.
But like that's right. If I see that, I come too far. The goal kind of really is a miss. There's no sign for it. It's kind of an alcove.
So where is this a U-turn?
Yeah, I just whipped the shitty on the 62.
Okay.
And then came back, and then I slept all around, and I got on it.
And then go through that little path and just make little hash marks where you actually stopped.
Okay, I came through, passed through that mountain, came down, and then I stopped here. Not very long, just to decide which way I wanted to go.
So there's a fork in the road?
Yeah, it's kind of gradual, it's not this dramatic. And then I went this way. This was the first time I'd been this way. I stopped here, I went up these mountains, and then like I came over a little ridge and into Calgary Valley, and that's where I saw the individual with the gun.
How far away were you guys?
200 yards, like maybe. I'm not really range estimation anymore, but it was far enough to where like I could hear the gunshots, but they weren't like audibly disturbing to my ears. So,
What was he wearing?
he had a brown shirt and like not brown pants, but like almost khaki color. It kind of looked like camis, to be honest, but it wasn't. Like I think it was just cami colored clothing.
Okay.
So I don't know if he was just trying to blend in or if he was wearing, because some people wear tactical there to practice. So.
Okay, and he actually pointed a hand direction?
Yeah, I don't know, because he was far enough away to where like I don't think he would hit me, but he didn't stand up and point towards me until I said something. So I don't know if he heard me and he was shooting this direction, or if he was just reloading and then he'd finish and he'd shoot in that direction. Because like I saw him, I was like, I'm gonna get out of here because there's still gold over in some of those areas. So I was sure if he was protecting his stake or whatnot.
Okay, so that was about 150, 200 yards away?
Yeah, give or take.
Okay.
Out of handgun range, but still, I don't enjoy being shot at. So
When you got out of your vehicle at the mountain ridge, did you have a gun in your hand?
I did.
What kind of gun did you
Here's
have?
my 20 Magnum.
Okay. Was it slung or were you holding
No,
it?
I was holding it. I don't have a sling on it because I used to have like a ton, but I switched it to my other rifle.
Okay. And when you stopped here, did you get out of your car?
No.
Okay, so at the fork, you just
I
stopped.
stopped and I like made a decision to go left instead of right.
So you go left, you get out. What's the goal of getting out of here?
To get on the other side of the hill, just kind of explore. Because like midday, I realized maybe I could find a coyote. I had some snake shot. Maybe I could find a rattlesnake because last time we were out there, me and my buddy found a rattlesnake. But yeah, I was just basically wandering around trying to kill time. And then I pressed the ridgeline and saw the individual. He shot at me. I said, "Fuck that!" I got out of there. Got back in my Jeep. Came back this way.
So same road,
Mm-hmm.
and then you made the left to go the other.
Yeah, and because that's going back this way, I could have got out, but this is the way that I am to get out. And this mountain range right here is really fun to drive down because it get creepy, crawl in like the rocks.
Okay, but you stopped here, and what was that? This
There was another of mine. I didn't check out too much because I was thirsty at that point, but when me and my buddy had driven in, we didn't stop there, and I wanted to, so I stopped and I checked that out. I was there for like maybe 5-10 minutes.
What did you see there?
Not much, just there's some kind of old rigging equipment that I kind of get down to, and that's it. I was really looking for snakes.
When you got out at this place, did you have your gun with you?
Mm-hmm.
Still had the 22?
Yeah, I had shot some rounds here before I got to the top of the hill. I was just shooting them at rocks to make sure my rifle was on. But I picked up my casings and put them back in my vehicle.
How many rounds did you shoot here?
4 or 5 maybe.
Is that the first time you shot the gun that morning?
Yes.
Okay. So you shot 4 or 5, and you picked up the casings and put it where?
I put them back in my Jeep. I gave 2 to the officers
Okay.
Sunday, just because they wanted them.
Okay. So you shot 4 to 5 rounds here.
Mm-hmm. And then I crested the hill and I saw the individual. You know, I wasn't about to get into a firefight with a 22 and hang them because that was just super retarded.
Okay. So you get here off the mine, and you're holding your 22 there. Did you fire any rounds by the mine?
No.
Okay.
The reason I kept my 22 is that I put the snake shot in the first one, just in case I run across any rattlesnakes. But I didn't stay there very long. I just went and checked out because I wanted to try and get down to, because there's like the road that goes up to the mine, but down there, like over here, you can see kind of like an abandoned mine shaft with like some equipment still there. So I want to go check it out to see if there's anything there. But I couldn't get down there, so I came back and then I continued down to Old Del Mine Road and then took that.
Where's Old Del Mine Road?
You come down the mountain. I can't really go far enough out. You come down the mountains. You drive ways, and then you just kind of, it says Joshua Tree National Park, and you go into it, and then it comes to a fork in the road, and then you just keep driving down straight.
Okay. And then you stopped here. What did you do there?
I asked somebody for water.
Okay, where was that
That was at the Choya Patch.
Okay, there was somebody at the Choya Patch?
Yeah, there's people taking pictures.
Did they have water for you? No water, okay.
And then I stopped again here at, I think it's White Tank Campground. And there was because I stopped there, I said campground, I had an empty water bottle, I was like, hey, I'll go find some water. And as I was walking down there, I ran into an older couple that was, I guess, walking the trails. I was like, hey, you know if there's any water at the campground? And they're like, no, but there's some at the ranger station. I was like, okay, I'll just head back that way then. And I was walking to them, and I was talking to them for a little bit, and I was like, hey, do you have any water in your vehicle? And they're like, oh, we don't have a vehicle, but here's a bottle of water, and he pulled it out of his backpack and gave it to me.
Oh, okay. So, and then that was here, or
That was here,
okay.
at the White Tank Campground.
And then what was this place?
This was where I stopped at the visitor center.
Oh, was it by the pass?
It was free.
Oh, okay.
For military.
And then which way did you come out?
And then this comes down to Utah Trail. And that comes all the way down and past Hot Base Housing. And then comes this way. Actually comes this way and then to the side gate over here.
Okay. And that's where you came back home?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what made you want to go out hunting that day?
I had made plans earlier with my buddy. Like he was kind of flaking on it because he just got shoulder surgery.
I don't think we've talked about
No, he's just one of my buddies. He's actually from Alaska too.
Okay.
And so I wanted him to come with me. He's like, I don't know, man, my shoulder kind of hurt. We'd kind of been bouncing that day back and forth for about a week.
Where's staying at?
He was in the barracks.
He's in the barracks?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so, but like, I met up with him Friday night, or maybe it was Friday night, and to ask him if he would come with me, because he was at State Brothers and we're on our way home. And he's like, man,
On your way home from where?
the rich. And he's like, even riding in the car hurts his shoulder, so he didn't want to go with me. So that's why I asked him to come with me. And I think he was afraid his wife was going to ahead of him.
Why?
Just because, like, you know, we go on adventures sometimes, we go hunting together sometimes, and we're gone too long, should we mad or something like that.
Where's the Standard Brothers at?
Down 62,
Mm-hmm.
there's the hill, here's the AM, PM, and you go over the hill, and the State Brothers is like right over here.
And you saw did you meet him there? Or
Yeah,
did you
I told him to meet me there, because
I'll text him? Or
Yeah.
something?
And I said, because he was over at a buddy's house where he keeps his dog. And I said, hey, can we talk to him? Because I was tired of texting him about the hunting thing. I just want to see if he wanted to go. And then we had talked for maybe 20 minutes. And he said, yeah, I can't go because even driving hurts.
What time did you meet him at the Standard Brothers?
About 9:15. left the house. He said he was on his way at 9:04.
We're talking 09?
No, 21.
Okay, 20. And where's the ranch at from here?
It's in Yucca. If you like.
Yeah, it's fine. You don't have to drive, man. Just so it's in Yucca more.
You're driving through Yucca.
Mm-hmm.
You know where Old Woman Springs is?
Uh-huh.
You go take a right up Old Woman Springs, like you're driving in through Yucca. You follow that road past Heroes Market, you take a left on Tracy, and then you follow Tracy, you take a right on Geronimo.
Okay.
Geronimo Trail.
So that's up here somewhere, and then on the way back, you're.
Yeah, it'd be like where the coffee cup is.
Is it you and Nicole on Liberty? At Staterbridge? Did you guys go in Staterbridge?
She did. She went and got some bread because we don't have any groceries in our house right now. We're not sure if we're going to get my last paycheck or whatnot, so we used some change to buy bread.
Okay, so Nicole buys bread at Stater Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
It's about 9:30.
Yeah, give or take.
And then, where do you meet Scott?
In the parking lot.
How come you just met him in the parking lot, or
Well,
is it close to his house?
No, I was going to meet him at the house that he was at. The Stater Brothers is right down the street. He was leaving anyway. So he's like, just meet me at Stater Brothers.
Okay. Okay, so you guys meet in the parking lot, Stater Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Did Nicole see Skylar at Stater Brothers?
Yeah, she told me to. He was with somebody, I don't remember her name. But I guess, I don't know if they're dating or not, but they were just hanging out.
Okay. About how long did you guys talk?
Maybe 20 minutes. It wasn't that long.
And then how long does it take to get from the Stater Brothers to your house?
About 10 minutes, maybe.
Okay. Did you guys make any other stops after Stater Brothers?
I don't think so.
Okay. Okay. You know what? That coffee looks real good. I'm gonna grab me a cup. You need any more? Or? Let me go grab some real quick, man. And then
Okay.
let me if you want to refill real quick, let me grab a cup of coffee and I'll be right back with you. Okay?
Okay.
Here's the coffee. Now I'll use the restroom real quick. Thank you. Thanks for being patient, man. That coffee was terrible, I'm sorry. My sergeant does not make coffee, man. There's grounds all over it. And
Best coffee is like 3-day-old diner coffee.
exactly. Okay. Some of the follow-up question stuff that I need to ask you a little bit, just to kind of close up some of these gaps. Have you, when you were talking to Erin, has she ever been in your Jeep at all?
Yeah, she went a couple times. I gave her some rides when we were going, not back and forth to the ranch, but like to the gas station and stuff near the ranch. She'd been in the Jeep with me, her and butting together. I think a few other times that I can't really name off the top of my head.
When was the last time she was in your Jeep?
Sometime when we were talking, what it has been, I don't know specifically.
When you were talking, when?
Like when we were texting back and forth with each other. Because like when we were at the ranch together, she'd be in it, or if we went, like when me and her were together, she'd be in it.
When you guys went to ranch together, where would she sit?
It'd either be up front or in the back, depending, like if me and her went to the gas station to get something, or she sat up front while we were mudding a couple times, and then she sat in the back.
How many times did you guys, was it when you went to the gas station, was it just you and her?
No, it was usually me, her, or another person, depending who was there. We really didn't go places by ourselves, except for the only time we went by ourselves was when we went mudding. She parked her car farther away from the mud pit because she didn't want to get stuck. And then she rode about 5 minutes in there to where we were actually mudding.
Where was that at?
Over behind the college, off of the Sunfair, and I think the Hollywood is the other road.
How long ago was that?
It was a while ago. Couple months maybe.
Okay. And she sat in front sometimes, she sat in the rear. Has she been, that freaks me out, man. What, has she, do you have any other vehicles other than that Jeep Cherokee?
No, I have my wife's Grand Cherokee and then my black Grand Cherokee.
Okay. Which is the one that's parked at your?
That's my wife's.
Where's yours?
It's at a shop in Joshua Tree.
That's right. That they were kind of messing with you with the.
No, that's a different guy. Right now, my transfer case went out.
Okay.
And so it's at the guy's shop who rebuilt my transmission.
When was the last time you were driving that your Jeep?